Hey guys! There's something I've been thinking about since the last video went up, and I tried to tell myself I could wait until the season 4 breakdown to talk about it, but I'm not that patient, so this is just going to be a quick little follow-up video to my previous video, and I don't have anything written down for it, so this is just me talking off the fly, so hopefully it turns out alright. But yeah, in the season 4 intro, I talked about how strange it is that they went from building the Source up for 3 seasons, introducing him at the end of season 3, and giving him a complete overhaul / downgrade in season 4, and then the cherry on top of that was them rushing the whole thing and turning the Source, who took a whole 3 years to build up, into a mid-season vanquish, which was bad enough on its own, but to add insult to injury, the episode that came before that was called Lost and Bound, and nothing in there indicated that there would be a showdown between the Source and the Charmed Ones in the next episode. It's just this kid who can't control his power. The dark side wants the power. They try and get it. Piper and Leo stop them. It's just, like I said, regular episode stuff. Nothing to indicate this showdown was coming next episode. But I never knew until I posted that video and you guys told me in the comments that there is actually a deleted scene from that episode that does show them meeting the Source and him telling them that he's gonna come after them. I never knew this, and once I found out about it, I tried to find the scene, but no dice there. So huge thank you to Mike M 2002 for letting me know where to look and helping me find it. Also a huge thank you to the Instagram page Charmed P3 Forever for posting the scene. So without further ado, let's watch the lost scene from the Charmed episode Lost and Bound.
Source.
Leo, take Tyler away. Go. You're too late.
We will battle. Soon.
My first thought watching this was, why in the world did they cut this out? It sets up the next episode, and without it, there is no setup whatsoever, so it makes no sense to take it out. Honestly, if anything should have been taken out, it was some of the stuff with Phoebe in the ring. Like, we did not need that much. We get it. The ring is cursed. How many examples do we need? But yeah, so that was my first thought. And then my second thought is, it does set up the next episode, yes. But honestly, the scene is still kind of bad. I mean, come on.
We will battle. Soon.
You know the whole mantra of media, show and not tell? Having your arch nemesis show up out of nowhere and go, "We will battle soon," and then peacing out is just, it's so bad. You don't get much more heavy-handed than that. You have to remember, up until now, the Charmed Ones haven't really interacted with the Source, at least not directly. He took possession of Shane. That was his name, right? The guy from Charmed Again. He took possession of him, so, you know, there was that.
I know who that is.
Your powers are strong, but will they be enough without the power of 3?
And then there was Brain Drain, where the Source kidnapped Piper and messed with her mind, but he was taking the form of a different demon then. And as far as I can remember, that was the only time they interacted with the Source, up until now. So to have them see him full on in the flesh as himself for the first time, and he's just like, "We will battle soon," it's just, I think a better way to have written the scene would be for them to have not even noticed the Source, for him to be there, but for them to have walked by not noticing him. I think that would have been so unsettling in a good way for the audience to see the Charmed Ones and Leo walking down these stairs and they don't notice that this huge threat is right there and watching them. That would suggest that even though they are the Charmed Ones and they are this big powerful force that just broke into this place that they shouldn't have been able to get into and defeated this upper level guy, there is still someone way more powerful than them, and he could probably take them out if he wanted, but he's choosing not to. He's waiting for his moment. So I think that would have been a better way to do the scene, but that's just my opinion. On the other hand though, one thing I really did like about the scene was their reaction to the Source. Leo, who's their guardian angel, is the first to notice him, and he's like, he knows immediately who it is, and the tone of his voice, I mean, you almost never see Leo afraid. The fact that he just stops dead in his tracks and is like too scared to move for a moment, I think that's a really good way to demonstrate the sudden danger of the situation. And then there's Piper, Phoebe, and Paige, who you can see they're all terrified too. And Piper tells Leo to take Tyler and go because this is the source, the one who at the end of the day is responsible for killing her sister. She is not going to let him take anyone else she loves. And you can see that in her face. That look of, I know who you are, I know what you've done, and you are going to pay for it. And then Phoebe, who does not have her own really offensive power, is almost kind of trying to hide behind Piper. And Paige, who is new to the craft but is well aware of who the source is practically cowering into her sisters. I think that is such a strong scene for them. I wish they could have somehow incorporated that into Charmed and Dangerous, because that's another thing that the show never really explored, the fight, flight, or freeze response. How interesting would it have been in Charmed and Dangerous if each of the sisters had a different reaction when the source attacked? Piper would fight, Phoebe would probably be flight, literally, and Paige might freeze up. There was so much potential there, and I wish they had thought to, tap into it a little bit more. But all in all, I do like the scene. I don't like the source's line. I think that earlier when I said that it was bad, that's what I was thinking of, is his line. We will battle soon. Even if they had noticed the source, I think it would have been fine if he had just said nothing. They just see him watching them, and then he just fires out and they continue on knowing that they could have just been killed there, and that might be what triggers them into going home and start prepping for this fight. In fact, now that I think about it, if they had left that scene in, that would explain why in the beginning of the next episode, after half a season, they had suddenly started working on a vanquishing spell for the source. It's like, if you guys had just seen him and how close you came to maybe dying, I would definitely go home and start brainstorming. So yeah, all in all, I think they should have left that in. It made no sense to take it out, and they probably shouldn't have had the source say anything. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the scene. What are yours? Did you guys know the scene existed? I wonder what other deleted scenes there are there. But I've babbled on enough. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night, and a happy Thanksgiving! Bye!